TomyyNFG, man. Shout out to TomyyNFG, surviving childhood punishments. See what he cooked up, man. I think this whole list I'm gonna relate to, okay?
Being born into the world is a blessing and curse. You're born not knowing a single thing. And to learn these things, your parents choose an array of choices to teach you some life lessons. Like, life is really messed up when you think about it. First off, you're born into the world without your consent, have to adjust to the world around you, and get punished for things you didn't even know were bad. Like, how was I supposed to know I can't stare at the disabled man, mom and dad? So I want to go through some childhood punishments, and I'll also be ranking them on certain factors. It's crazy how the belt is like the most universal child punishment around the world. Your parents could be from America, South America, Africa, Asia. They all unite against one evil by beating the shit out their belts. For the belt, I feel like there's a certain age limit where a parent has to stop doing it though, because you can only do it for so long until that.
Open in general, bro. I feel like it should stop at what? The age of like once you hit high school for real, bro, 13, 14. Once you hit high school, cut that out, man. You know what I'm saying? Middle school, elementary school, keep on doing it type, you know?
That kid has had enough and catches it to reverse it on you guys. Like, I probably stopped getting the belt after 7 years old. And with the belt, I'm kind of kerfuffled on it because I feel like it's needed and it's not needed at the same time. It all just depends on the scenario. Like, if my kid decides to take a baseball bat and break my $1,000 flat screen TV, you're damn right, I'm with that kid like it's before Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. And I feel like belts are needed now more than ever. Have y'all seen how much kids have—
Hey man, I've been saying this, bro. And this, listen, let me make it clear right now. He is talking about all of this not in the aspect of being abusive to the kids, bro. To your kids. It's all discipline. Discipline. It builds tough skin, bro. It teaches them, you know what I'm saying? So anything he says here isn't to show that it's abuse or none of that. Him saying, I think it's needed more than ever. I agree. Because these kids is out of control, bro. All right? If you can't get a hold of your child and talk to them or give them a dirty look or a serious look where they're going to stop, what else you going to do? Good old belt to booty, but I ain't gonna do nothing for real. That'll maybe solve it. I ain't gonna lie.
Have been wilding online recently.
Solved it for
I've
me.
been seeing little posts and videos of them assaulting strangers for some tic-tac views. And this all stopped because parents want to what? Not emotionally scar their child with physical punishment. You'll get over it. But then you got parents growing up who would whip their kids for the littlest of things. You could tell some parents just try taking their frustration out on something. Like, you might as well get a punching bag because your kid's not supposed to be it. And then they'd be surprised when they end up in a nursing home acting like nothing ever happened. The belt either machoed you up and prepared you for the real world, or left you with psychological scarring buried deep in your heart that attaches to every friendship and relationship you'll ever stumble in the rest of your life, causing lifelong insecurities in yourself. Probably the second one for most people. Effectiveness, 8 out of 10.
You know, I agree, man. It did me good. You feel me? I got plenty of ass whoopings with a lot of things. Pause. All right, and a lot of other forms of discipline. I learned my lesson. I know it's not for everybody, and everybody's gonna learn from it. But yep, effectiveness 8 out of 10.
Psychological scarring, 100 out of 10. Yelling. Now, a lot of people consider getting yelled at as a kid is at least better than getting whooped. But I don't know how controversial this is. I feel like it's worse most times. As a kid, I barely remember the times I was whooped because it was so long ago, more than the times I was yelled at for doing something wrong. And the worst part is, you know you can't talk back, so you just gotta pace back and forth in your room, thinking of all the shit you say, but you can't say because you know if you talk back, then you're getting the belt. And even when you did slightly talk back or try to at least tell them your point, they're gonna go,
bro, you do that. Here comes part 1. The belt coming regardless. So now you getting yelled at and you getting the belt. What we talking? You know, stay shut, gang. Deadass.
You talking back now? Like, yes, you're yelling at me. Was I supposed to just let it happen and not say my point? One thing I'm glad my parents never did, though, was yell at me in public. When I see a parent doing that, it'd be so embarrassing to me. Do you feel no shame? And that's what they do in public. If I see a parent doing that, I can tell that child is definitely getting abused. CPS will be called to that
type shit.
The worst feeling?
Not all the time, but type shit, bro. Because how are you comfortable yelling at your kid out in public? Don't you get embarrassed? Like, yeah, you feel embarrassed that, you know, you have to discipline your kid and yell at him and shit. But, like, don't you feel embarrassed doing that? And now, and if you can do it in front of people, sorry, not sorry, gang, 9 times out of 10. Something happening worse in the crib.
Though was getting yelled at for something you never did. That's when I really learned what a false accusation is. Then when they realized their mistake, you never got an apology and had to take it on the chin. Ooh, that would have me heated. Effectiveness, 9 out of 10. Psychological scarring, 10 out of 10. The hand. Another universal tool that can replace the belt is the hand. And even better, it's free. Honestly, I prefer the hand over the belt because at least the stinging will go away faster. But I never really got...
Nah. I think I'll take a belt for real. Because that's the hands right here connected to all of this. If your mom or dad strong as shit, oh, you're done. I don't know. Just the force of a hand compared to a belt. Nah, I'll take the belt.
I hit with the hand.
Thank you.
I feel like the hand is a gateway to child abuse because it takes one day where you cuff the hand and turn it into a fist and end up Mike Tysoning your child and ending up in prison. Effectiveness, 7 out of 10. Psychological scarring, 8 out of 10. Grounding. All right, we're lowering the intensity a little bit with something simple. Being grounded was a minus or plus depending on what type of kid you were. Like, kids nowadays really probably don't give a f if their parents tell them they're grounded because they can hop on their iPad and play Fortnite and Roblox while talking to their friends. But before the iPad generation, being grounded as a kid was basically being put in prison. You would get home from school and see kids in your neighborhood frolicking and having fun while you gotta just stare from your window, isolated alone. Your homies are all out on the basketball court or soccer field and you're just imagining how much fun you could be having. If you had siblings, they were probably outside too as well, so you were just stuck isolated alone. And imagine that feeling for weeks. Or months. Not fun. Effectiveness, 9 out of 10. Psychological scarring, 10 out of 10.
This one I can't really relate to. I probably been put in time about 1 or 3 times max, and it wasn't even that long for real, bro. No cap, it's probably like 2-3 days, a week max, if I remember correctly. Other than that, for me, it was the belt, the ear pull. You feel me, man?
Timeouts. Timeouts gotta be the weakest punishment of all time. Like, out of all things you're gonna do to me, all I gotta do is sit in that corner for 30 minutes? I'll gladly take it over any of the punishments before this. The only time timeouts were embarrassing is when you got them in school. Not only are you getting embarrassed in front of your homies, but also the host. What if my crush was there? And I guarantee they're gonna remember that moment up until graduation, so bye-bye to any chance you had. And now that I'm older and bolder and graduated, I can finally say it. You, Miss Harris. With your dirty ass lips. I make double what you make now. I'll put your ass in.
Damn!
Okay, sorry.
But
my limit for timeouts would be like an hour. If you got timeouts for like 6 hours or something, then they might as well have thrown you into solitary confinement. Effectiveness, 3 out of 10. Psychological scarring, 3.5 out of 10. Soap in the mouth. I didn't even know this was legit a punishment parents did until one of my white friends told me that he never got whooped but got that. And once again,
see, that's worse than an ass whooping, gang. That's poison. That's damn near poison. Bro, give me the belt. If I had to choose soap in the mouth or belt, give me the belt every trip. I don't care. I want red cheeks. I don't want to be poisoned. Pause. I'm not, no, bro.
And this is a walk in the park. I wish the worst punishment I got was some antibacterial dial soap on my mouth for 30 seconds. Plus, it'll make your breath smell better. If anything, they're helping you. Effectiveness, 1 out of 10. Psychological scarring, 3 out of 10. Taking away stuff. Honestly, out of everything.
Taking away stuff. That was my grounded and my timeouts right there. Just take my shit away, bro.
On this list, I put this as number 1. We grew up in such a technology-driven world even back then. When I was younger, if me and my brother ever f***ed up our grades, the first thing swiped from us was our console. And it's not like we could say we didn't pay for it. The whole gang would be on playing some type of game, meanwhile we couldn't. Even if we had our computers or phones, nothing was gonna be missing out on that party chatting game session. Luckily, I never even got my phone swiped because even then, my parents knew taking a phone from a child in the 21st century is It's very dangerous and is also like throwing them in solitary confinement and only seeing the general population for an hour. Nowadays, if you take a phone from a kid though, you're basically taking their whole life away.
Facts.
Just look at the way those ankle-biting Gen Alpha kids act like when the iPad is swiped from them. They gain the strength of 5 prime Mike Tysons to get it back. Effectiveness 6 out of 10, psychological scarring 4 out of 10. The chancla / slipper. Another alternative to the belt, and some would even say more comparable to it. Getting hit with any slipper was way more dangerous because it could pop out at any time. The device is portable and can be—
You know what was even worse? When they throw it at you. When they throw that shit at you, bro. Yo.
used in any time.
You can't
like you could
avoid
legit
it.
be running away and they throw that with 100% accuracy. It's like they got trained by military snipers on how to be the most accurate. And if you're Hispanic, there's about a 99.9% chance this was probably used more than the belt. Effectiveness 7.
Yep. It was easier to reach, bro. Nighttime, after school, dinner time around that time, let's say 5 to 8, right? 5 to 8. Nobody's wearing a belt. You're either wearing sweats, getting ready for bed, shorts. Yeah, there's no belt. And what's the point of taking the time to go to the room that's around the corner, grab the belt, come back, and try to whoop me? Nope, there's chancleta. The slippers, it's right there, bro. Bank. Try to run, but this accuracy crazy, bro. No recoil.
0.5 out of 10. Psychological scarring 8 out of 10. Spanking. Spanking is another one of those universal punishments that the whole world does. If you weren't getting the belt, you were getting spanked. If you weren't getting spanked, you were getting
spanked with a
belt. If your
belt,
parents were really f***ed up, you got both. Maybe even everything combined before this. I feel like I didn't know a lot of kids that were spanked as their punishment, even though it's one of the most common punishments. I also feel you could recover from a spanking faster than getting hit with the belt. And it's always been weird to me how schools in America used to let teachers spank kids. As a matter of fact, it's not even illegal in all states. It's still allowed in 19 states. If I send my child to school and they come back telling me they got paddled, that teacher's getting paddled by me next.
No cap. No cap. Touch my fucking kid, boy. Are you dumb? Stupid? Are you dumb? Which one is it? Pick your poison.
And trust me, I won't make it enjoyable. I'm thinking of all the times a teacher f***ed me over in class and imagining if they had the power to paddle me for that bullshit. And imagine if you got beef with one of the teachers and they paddle your child as revenge. What could you even do to stop them? And when Gen Z becomes teachers, you think I'm letting you put hands on my
bro, I'm letting my kid, she put ruler to cheeks. You put ruler to their damn face. I ain't gonna lie.
Children, you getting boomed on the spot. Effectiveness 7 out of 10. Psychological scarring 6 out of 10. Cutting off hair. I remember seeing videos of kids getting their hair cut off as punishment, and I always thought, no way this actually happens, right? Until someone in my school when I was younger got all his dreads cut off for getting suspended. And low-key, that worked. He was a pure peril danger thug before that, and now he's about to graduate college, so you had to have been a bad kid for this to be your punishment. And this punishment is one of those things where you're never living it down, because you know for a fact if you come in that school going from a full head of hair to the nugget,
bro, ew, boy, my ugly hair, boy. Bro, it's bad enough you get roasted for your hairline, bro, being crooked or messed up. To have your whole head shaved, and in that case you have dreads, long hair, just you did a bad decision. Yup, all gone. Nah. Nope. Scarring, yeah, give that. I give it a no less than 8 out of 10, bro.
Cut the next day. Everyone knew exactly what happened to your ass and was gonna clown with you. And this is the type of where if you do it to your kid, don't expect them to speak to you after they turn 18. The school roasts are never leaving their head. That's permanent PTSD. Effectiveness 8.5 out of 10. Psychological scarring 9.5 out of 10.
Thank you.
Door taken off room. If you're a parent at the point where you have to do this to your child, I think you failed. In what purpose is taking the door off the room gonna teach them a lesson? I would never trust my parents for anything. You're straight up stripping my rights. And how the f would I even change? In the bathroom? Or is the door taken off that too? I don't know any kids that this happened to personally, but if you're watching this and it did, then I hope you're holding up. Effectiveness 6 out of 10. Psychological scarring 8 out of 10. Kicked out the house. If you got kicked out,
okay, yo, now we stepping it up for real. Kicked out the house is crazy. Kicked out the house is crazy, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
The house, then it had to have been for some absolute.
You gotta be really fucking bad to get kicked out of the house, bro.
Scarring 8 out of 10. Kicked out the house. If you got kicked out the house, then it had to have been for some absolute heinous shit. you.
Facts.
Like, this one is way too dangerous to risk. I don't even know how you could do this as a parent. If it's like for 30 minutes or an hour, I could hear it out. But if you're kicking your child out for days, then are you not worried they're gonna get kidnapped or something? Or you're gonna get charged with child neglect? And how old are we talking? Because I couldn't see you doing this to a kid below the age of 13. The world is way too dangerous to be doing this nowadays. There's no world where I'm ever doing this to my kid. Effectiveness 6 out of 10. Psychological scarring 8 out of 10. And last, studying. Come to think of it, this is more of a benefit than punishment. I kind of wish I got this a lot, because when I finally started to realize that adults weren't these almighty beings that can manage themselves responsibly, and everybody has no clue what they're doing, this knowledge could have helped me worlds ahead of people. The average person's reading comprehension due to massive pounding of attention span, soul-sucking content is now equivalent to an acorn. And don't get me started on math to tic-tacs. I'm very much cooked on this too. I'm one of those people that needs a calculator to add single digits. I might just be
I still use my hands doing math. I don't know. Don't judge me. I don't care what y'all talking about. What's 5 plus 3? 8. Fuck is
Effectiveness 7 out of 10. Psychological scarring 2 out of 10. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Let me know the worst punishment that happened to y'all. Follow me on Twitter.
Worst punishment? I could tell you 2 stories right now. They kind of relate though, because the punishment was kind of the same. So I was in 4th grade. 4th grade at the laundromat. Me, Pops, my sister, my mom. We were all chilling or whatever. Me and my sister were arguing, per usual, regular sibling shit, right? Here comes my dad, because it's getting a little rowdy. Here comes my Pops. His thing with me was this. Pulling the fuck out of my ear, bro. If there was no belt or sandal, dink, you hear the big crack my shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cracked it, boom, bop. I remember one time that in that laundry mat day, right? Tried it. Missed. Who you grabbing? I didn't say this, but I'm like, well, you didn't get me. Oh, that one either, boy. I went like this, boy. He lifted my head up like this. Like this. Boy, arms are still up, bro. He makes room on my head. Cooks up the knuckle, boy. Not the no, this is the knuckle. What's this? The in knuckle? No, not the bro. Not this. This. That's not a knuckle, but whatever. I'm gonna call it a knuckle. Clears my hands, cause I was like this. Moves it. Boom, bitch. Right here. Right here. And your boy has short hair. So I'm feeling that shit, bro. Had a little buzz cut. I was feeling that pain, that finger. Bang. Can hear that. Can hear that bitch, bro. But yeah, his thing with me was pulling my ear, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's gone so like I don't know if it's bad, but it's gone to the point where like if you pull my ear, I like that shit, bro. Pause. It feel good to me. You stretching something, bro, and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? That was my shit. But a lot of this on the list, the belt, yup. Yelling, yeah. Hand, of course. Grounding, rarely. Timeouts, never. Soap in mouth, never. Never heard of that shit. Taking away stuff, happened. Slippers, common, you feel me? Everything relatable here, bro. And it's all tough love for real, bro. Like I said, for me, it worked. I turned out good. I'm not saying I know with kids, it could cause trauma, and, you know, they hate their parents and they're scared. And all of that, I can understand that, but a little spanking, man, a little belt to the ass. Come on, bro, that's nothing to me, at least. The worst child punishment is getting the worst possible haircut by their mother. Never went through that. Worst punishment is your father telling you how easy you have it and describing the abuse that he suffered from. Damn. You know, shit, crazy, man. Tommy describes the psychological effects of a belt whooping like he experienced it himself. He probably did. I mean, I'm sure he went through all of this, like, you know what I'm saying? Or even if he heard of it, he went through it. I got yelled out of the house, kicked out of the house, then the cops were called to come find me all in one night. Nothing like being able to hear someone's hating you from 3 apartment blocks away, seconds away from realizing the horrendous mistake they were making when I stayed out there for 3 hours willingly. In fall temperature. That's the thing with that one. How he said, like, it had to have been some heinous ass shit for you to get kicked out, bro. fuck that. Kick your kid out for punishment, discipline, whatever. Stupid. That's so stupid, bro. Let me know what you guys thought, man. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm out.